OTD, sick today. It's sick. It's special because it's Friday. I don't have shoes on yet because I don't know where I want. What direction I want to go with shoes. Probably warm ones. Um, it is Friday. It is also the 13th of December. Um, so Friday the 13th. Those of you that like horror movies might know, might remember. It's like horror movie theme, so it's the perfect time to be like slay. I swear though, like this is my third Christmas with the sleigh shirt, and the first time I ever did wore the sleigh shirt for at Christmas, it was Jimmy Menese's show at Viking. Man, Vikings MC, and sick. It was a very memorable night. My hair looks super cute. I had to like combat that today. I was like, will my hair look as cute as it did that time? And you know what? Yeah, it is. I don't remember when I wore this shirt last year, but I will say, looking at pictures, man, life could really get you down. Like if I like was the same way I used to be. I like, but I feel blessed because there's always this thing in me where I'm like, oh my god, if I had started comedy earlier, I would be so much farther along. But like, at what cost? And probably not, because I if I am not aligned with the universe, I hope it breaks me down until I am, because there are things in time that like I it just would have been a lot, especially like me being where I was at mentally with just what I had on my plate. um I can't I I hesitate to say everything happens for a reason, but I will say that everything is in the universe's time. If you want to like abide with the universe, then the universe will make good out of things that were even painful reasons. On that note, though, for all of you people who have lost someone during the holiday season, uh, I lost a good friend right before Thanksgiving. Um, uh, Not last year, but the year before, my first Christmas in comedy, my Nana had passed. Although uh, she wasn't like super sick, but like she she had a lot of people to like go party with. She had lived over a decade without the love of her life. Like, she was married to a man for over 50 years, had six kids, two of which passed in infancy, and they went through that together, and then like multiple grandchildren. Yeah, I think I've told on here before. When I lived, and actually right now my brother and sister-in-law live there, lived next door to my nana and papa growing up, and I was very close. My grandpa was always, my papa was always the one that kind of just thought I would be famous. I like, and that my name was important, and both those things are true, or they're going to be. My name is important, and I am already famous. If you're watching this, you know me. If you don't, my name is Amy. It's a great name to remember. I try to be a really good person. Come to my comedy shows, and I'll tell you the trick to remember my name. But for now, just follow this shit, subscribe, find me on Instagram, Saka Amy. When my grandpa died, I had just turned 14, and I was dealing with some bullying at school and just massive deep depression. I think sometimes uh, that little like middle school section of years were some of my harder ones. Um, and I guess most blessed for that. It does get better. And then there's still bad things, but those things that are bothering you right now get better. New things replace them. uh, but my grandma died, and it was like surreal. But I do remember it was like one of the saddest things. And his death was quick and drawn out. Like it was like within a year we found out he had leukemia, and it was the kind that's bad. I loved that part where they're like, okay, he's got the cancer. Is it the good kind or the bad kind? And the whole time, first of all, I was just like, wow, like this person I love so much that is like next door to me that like I can go to. And like, all right, so they have, and I already was starting like with this part of the life of the teenager where it's like I was keeping secrets and like I like just having that whole stressful kind of thing, even keeping secrets about the getting the bullied and things because I didn't want my mom to be sad. And like and it was not like real bullying, it was like popular girl bullying. It was like, I'm your friend, but I'm not. Man, I pray them bitches be women now, handling shit like women, like kind women, like the kind of women we've all grown to be. I wasn't perfect. I got off on several years later making one of them cry. I was like, I got to, well, that's another story. But when I was younger still, and my grandpa died, my mom and dad, they forced me to sleep at my nana's house. So they said you have to go sleep with her the day he died, the night he died. So like we probably, I think we took him off of life support. I think it was something like that, or like body basically dead, but we took him off life support, and then he like, they can tell from the heart monitor. And like he definitely lived a good life because just like fucking surrounded by people who loved him. My parents made me sleep with my nana, and like I don't know, I didn't want to. I was like, I don't know. And when I was a kid, like all the time I'd sleep over my nana and papa's house, but I was like 13, 14, I didn't want to. And I did. And my nana's, she said, but I was just like numb too. I was like, my opinions don't matter right now, like just nothing matters right now. It was so much emotion. First, like I just like stopped crying. It was insane. I My mom had my mom and dad forced me to sleep at my nana's house. And my nana was like, if you want, like, because they had like they have like a guest room there at the house. And my nana was like, you don't have to stay like in the guest room if you want to like sleep in my bed. And I was like, sure, why not? So like I slept on my grandpa's side. And honestly, like I was so young, and like my nana's even here for me to tell her this now, but I know she knows. um I don't think I've ever forced to do more of a better thing in my entire life. Like I wish that would happen. I wish that my life was full of these occurrences where I was forced to do something and just be like, I really don't want to, but I guess. And then later to look back and realize maybe like the impact of that. I think I've shared this all on verbal autobiography before, but to save you guys from scrolling through them all, my longest relationship was over 5, and so it's in between 5 and 6 years. I have a really hard time with just the understanding of dates, so I prefer to say, and I prefer even other people to tell me, although like you don't have to do it, not to say like, okay, so I've been doing comedy for 2 full years. That means that if someone asked me how long have you been doing comedy in the month of February of next year, I would say 2 years still, 2 full years. It won't be 3 until March 3rd. So I prefer to people like to say like, so I'm on my 3rd comedy month for December. Like, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Shit, I'm gonna have to watch this later. This Cali weed's so good though, and like that's an emotional story. But yeah, going back in time, fuck. Yeah, I just, oh yeah, so I had my longest relationship, 5 6 years. It was 5 full years, and we were going into 6. And we'd had a few months on 6, and they were all hard work, chopping away at this relationship, trying to get out of it. Both of us were just like, let's, like, neither of us wanted to, it was like a power struggle of like, let's not break up with each other, but let's just do everything that would make the person want to break up with us. Which was just, so I was like, I wanted to be sarcastic, but I was like toxic. It's just so fucking toxic. Like I can't even sarcastic. Like what? Which is just so perfect. Um. However, as bad as, yeah, so as toxic as that fucking ending was, I like, so we were together like 5 full years, going on 6. We started living together probably around not quite a year, getting like close to a year. So like I slept next to this, and even when we weren't, like I was always going over to his place or him. Like we were always meeting up somewhere to be together, and just sleeping next to this dude for fucking 5 full years, going on 6, and he was um a a dope dude. I definitely loved him. That's why I was with him for so long, and I definitely fell out of love with him. I was too immature to do things and let, the young fucking relationship, how they go. We got together when I was like 21, almost 22. Um, okay, so after like sleep, I would sleep next to him all the time. Well, after like we weren't together, I would get phantom feelings when I was alone of someone still being next to me. Um, just because I was so used to almost a constant presence next to me. Uh, and I will say, like, it wasn't like I am now. Like, I was very much homebody. Like, I basically was always just at home. I wasn't like going out. Even before I started comedy, like, I will say, I mean, single will like kind of do that to you because we do seek companionship because people like companionship. I had dog, but I would get phantom feelings of someone next to me. And for me, it was very weird. It was very like disconcert. It was very very jarring, very weird. However, there would be the thing of when I would remember that I was alone. I would almost feel relieved because it would be stuff because the way that this guy was, like, I would be like, oh shit, like I can listen to what I want. I could put my bag where I want. I could like I do remember like I this is like a red flag in a relationship. Kind of thinking about this dude pretty soon into our relationship, like maybe like in the second or third year, being like, oh man, it sucks that like you grow up enough for your parents to finally like respect you, or not even respect you, but like consider you responsible and like independent, and then you have like you just get in a relationship and all of a sudden you have all these rules because there's just like so many rules and like it's just so hard to please. um and I'm a people pleaser, or I was. I'm a recovering people pleaser. Not that I don't like to have pleased people around me. It's just I will do me, be as pleasing as possible, and if you're one of the people who are pleased by me, you are most dope. And if you are one of those people who are not pleased with me, still most dope. But take your distance. I'd like mine. I'd take mine if I was displeased by someone. So, me having this thing after only 5 to 6 years, having this very jarring feeling of someone constantly being next to me after someone constantly had been. Um, I can only imagine what it would have been like for my Nana to sleep next to this man that you've loved for years and created a family with. And they definitely had ups or downs and issues in their marriage, but I almost think those speak to the testament. Like, it wasn't always perfect, but that speaks to the I guess the strength of it, almost that it wasn't perfect, and that uh on the day, like, just that's what I mean. When my Nana died, like, it was sad. The Christmas that I first had this sleigh shirt. When I did the show at Vikings MC was I think the day after she died. Hell yeah, it was. I felt good for her. Like, I knew that like the shackles of this world were definitely lifted off of her, and uh, not that like I don't miss someone still, but like there is like, I mean, it's not like even, oh yeah, I like her, but I don't know, I just felt her. I could just, I don't know, I just can feel her happiness still. That like she's just so good. She was the fifth of 10 kids, brothers and sisters, and like she loved her siblings. Like, those were her buddies. Like, and so many of them passed before her, not just my grandpa, but so many of them. So like, good ass times for Nana up in heaven. Like, she could have been here, but I remember when she stopped wanting to get gifts when she was like shit on this earth doesn't matter anymore. Like, I'm just kind of waiting to get back to the people I love. But I can only imagine how hard it was for her because she lived over, fuck, how long? fucking over 20 years. Or like damn near, I think like, oh fuck yeah. She almost lived 20 years. Almost lived 20 years after a man she slept next to for 50 passed away. So that very first night he was gone, me sleeping in the bed next to her, which would not have been something I would have ever thought, or if I did choose to do, if my parents had given me more of a choice, would have said no. But like the telling me, damn, was that like, I am just so glad I did. Just so fucking glad I did. She deserved that. Like so much more than that. Um I mean, like literally I was used by God that night without even like meaning to be, because God physically wanted someone there for my Nana, for that woman, and could not be. And so my parents forced the only thing that, you know, I think the rightest thing, I like, so often we just are out here making our own choices and hoping they're the right ones, trying to, you know, have our little moral guide things and to help us with those choices when we were doubting. But that was one I wouldn't have made. I'm just so fucking glad someone made it for me. It is a beautiful thing, life. It is comedy. It is tragedy. It is jokes tonight for me and Lodi. Wow. Well, that's verbal autobiography. Sometimes it's just even better than the book, which is this. I have other ones that I'm going to use. You've probably seen them when I've been moving around. They're like, I have a stack of journals. Journals with prompts. Because sometimes, oh, no, seriously. I never know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, am I doing this right? I am pretty sure sometimes like two words come out of my mouth at once, and I don't know how I do that. Like I edit and I edit down to like, I have to edit down to the millisecond. I am a millisecond speaker. I really hope to get better, or I really hope talking really fast comes into style, because if it does, bitch, ball. Hell yeah, I will. I don't know if it will, but something will. And I will accept it and enjoy it. Because this Cali weed good. And I love to laugh. And I love to... I think I make myself laugh all the time. I think I'm so funny. What? It's always astounded me that people don't always think exactly like me, but I also love variety. Aw, I am happy because, well, everything I just said, I'm happy because I have good parents that I don't even think they knew the impact of what they did. I just feel so appreciative I got to do that with, being there for my Nana on the night my papa died, even though I was like in my own world and, you know, selfish little 13-year-old, 14-year-old. 14, yeah, I just turned 14 though. Like, he died in like June and I was born in May. So I just turned 14. He was born in July, 7/11. I'm happy because of the people that the people in my life, the people that have been in my life, and the people that will be in my life. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for them. I'm happy my hair looks cute today. Happy I have this nice box of different kinds of makeups and eyeshadows if I want to use them, but I'm not today. I'm happy I get to go to Lodi and do jokes. I'm happy for this California weed. I'm happy that the place that I'm going to in Lodi is called Pop the Bubbly. So I am happy that I am almost faux show getting champagne. I love champagne. I love margaritas. I love when we do jokes at places that have champagne or margaritas. I'm gonna pop the bubbly tonight. Just kidding. I'm scared to pop the bottle, but someone really should because I love a glass. Yes, so all those reasons I'm happy. Happy that I get to do comedy. I could be a lot sadder because it almost seems like I have less shows this year than the past two. But some of those shows on my calendar are Dressed to Kill, which is my most precious baby, and which is like so beautiful and like means so much more to me than, I mean, I guess comparison is death, but it just means so much to me. Just me, I just feel so lucky I get to do this. I feel so lucky I get to go to Pop the Bubbly tonight and do jokes. I am so sorry. If you're not there for this show, you really should follow Kiefer Madness. I love Kiefer. He was my first roast battle. I've had like 24, I think, roast battles now. 23 or 24. But Kiefer was my first. Follow him. Lodi. I'm not going to clip this part. You'll only know this if you watch Verbal Autobiography. I have had sex less times than I have roast battled. All right, let's see what I have. Oh, there's my brother and sister-in-law coming to pick up the dog. All right. Books or comics you'd like to see made into movies. So books or comics that haven't been made into movies that I would like to see made into movies. Oh, hey, guys.
Hey, Amy.
Are you getting Tessa?
Yeah. Would you like us to leave Gracie, or should we take her too? Are you going to be leaving?
I'm going to be leaving in less than an hour, but it's up to you if you want to take her or not.
No, we can take her. It's not a big deal.
I know Mom would like it if you did. I guess I can't.
We just did Sippin' Santa at the Jungle Bird.
Oh, hell yeah. What was the best thing there?
It was this drink called the Chiquito, and it was like, it came in a coconut mug.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
It was like coconut cream and rum and
that sounds so
chocolate mole bitters.
Oh, man. Damn it. I was like so excited about champagne, and now I'm like, that just sounds way better. All right, are they selling the mugs again this year?
Yeah, I got the Chiquito mug because it was my favorite drink. It looks like, instead of a brown coconut mug, it's like a green virgin coconut mug.
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about.
They're
like more cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you bought it. That should be a Christmas recipe.
The Chiquito.
Yeah. Shit.
That's just like Jamaican rum, Spanish rum, mole bitters, coconut cream. It was pretty basic, but it was really good. And they made it in a slushy machine, so it was like an icy.
Oh, hell yeah. That is exactly that. That's my favorite kind of drink. Something in a slushy machine.
And it was like boozy. Like it was rummy. Like it tasted rummy, but coconut.
Did they put like a shot on top or anything?
No, it was all just mixed together.
What was their garnish?
It came with a surfboard swizzle stick.
Oh, cute. Like one you can eat, like the sugar.
No, it's just like a surfboard plastic swizzle stick, and I got to keep them and bring them home.
Oh, hell yeah. I was just saying, did you have to buy this with the straw?
I kept the swizzle stick.
It comes with the cup.
And then the other drink I got was called a sugar plum Mai Tai. And it was a Mai Tai with a Haitian rum instead of Jamaican rum, and then sugar plum sweetener with orgeat mixed together.
Oof, that is, that's only probably seasonal. They do a fantastic seasonal menu.
It goes all the way through January 6th, so.
3 Kings Day. Hell yeah.
I recommend it. It's all done. All the recipes are from Jeff the Beach Bum Berry and his tiki bar.
Drink all my Christmas money.
I could make that Chiquito recipe probably.
I know. The drinks I've had at your place, I would pay like $12 to $13 for. I would have to. I would not be able to, especially if I'm going to tip. I don't even tip you. I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to tip me.
Gracie hasn't had dinner, right? Oh man. So I did not feed her dinner, but she might have. I want to say I definitely didn't feed her dinner. Mom and Dad left less than an hour ago. Because they left less than an hour, and I was like, I'm going to leave in less than an hour. Now it's even sooner.
You want a cocktail? I got all my stuff out.
I would, but I don't know how far I pushed time for a Lodi. I have to check. Autobiography on the reels. I got caught up, like hanging out with my brother and sister-in-law while they were here. But I just did want to say, come back and say real quick, thank you for living. Thank you for loving. I love this. This is my nose thing. It's fancy. Fancy. And stay creative, cunts. Slay.